I think even like last night, talking to Gerard Mayo, and we're talking about different things, and I go to him and go, what's next? And he's, oh, I'm going to LSU. We're going to the pro day. And obviously LSU has Jaden Daniels, and it's a talk of whatever you want to name these top 3 quarterbacks, where they're going to go. Did you enjoy going to pro days? What went into leaving something like this where it's like the rules is everything, and now you're going and you might be drafting the future, and sometimes the guy that's going to be responsible if you keep your job going to these pro days and getting to know these guys that are going to get drafted?
Yeah, we always felt like if we were picking high, you better get there. Mm-hmm. You can target a player a little bit, so we better go see the guys that we're thinking about. If you're picking later, sometimes it's harder,
Yep.
you know,
You
so is
have no
the time
idea.
better spent watching tape and evaluating that way. But I used to love going to pro days. I used to love going to the individual workouts that we had with them. We did individual workouts with quarterbacks when we were picking high. We did group workouts. I remember going up to Ohio State when Zeke Elliott was coming out, and they had I think 4 guys getting drafted in the first round. It was Bosa, it was Zeke, it was a number of other guys, and it was really fun. We took a group of guys up there, coaches, scouts, and each of us kind of broke off and conducted the workout, had a meeting, talked to the coaches, and spent the whole day with them. And it's invaluable. Something we used to talk about with our coaches all the time is you work so hard in the off season, evaluating last year, getting your books and stuff set up for this year. Page 62 of the playbook is a hell of a lot better if you get the right guy running.
Yep.
You know, so the time spent on personnel, the time spent getting with them, getting to know them, beyond the tape, beyond the workout, what makes them tick?
Who's the guy that's going to be in our building every day?
And I'll say this to you, and I have so much admiration for you. As great as you were as a player coming out, physically talented, all of that, what's made you Devin McCourty is what's here and here, who you are as a person. And getting to know who that guy is such a big part of this thing. Such a big part of the event. Does he love ball? Is he tough? Is he willing to work at it? All those things you got to find out. Those are the guys you want on your team. Right? So we can evaluate the size, the arm length, the speed, how he throws it, how fast he runs, all that stuff. We got that.
That's the simple stuff to a certain extent.
And so the big thing that I always thought about was their intangible qualities that make the difference. But there's evidence of intangibles, right? The guy loves football, but he doesn't run to the ball. He doesn't love football. Right?
That's where I see it. I can ask you. You tell me whatever you want.
Oh, he loves it, right? But he's late for the weight room. He misses workouts. Well, he doesn't love it. He likes the idea of it. You know, so in this process, beyond the physical stuff that obviously is important to play at an elite level in the NFL, finding that other stuff. What makes the guy tick? Does he love it? Do you want him on your team? That's the stuff you're finding out.
And that's what I've always loved is even the idea of pro day. Like I remember going to the combine and it was okay, I'm meeting some of the top players. We kind of know each other a little bit. We talk. But then going back for the pro day was like, all right, these are my guys. We're all going to go. And I always thought it was cool for like LSU. You have these couple guys. You have Neighbors. You have Daniels where if I'm a guy that, you know, maybe I get drafted, maybe I don't, I'm excited because I'm like, fellas, I appreciate it. You're bringing all the top scouts, and now I get the opportunity to showcase what I can do. And I think that's probably one of the best things of the pro day is when guys go out there and compete, it helps everybody that's at LSU get a chance to be in front of some eyes that, like you just said, we probably wouldn't take the trip to Baton Rouge to see just that guy, but because we're seeing the other guy. So that's what I've always loved about the pro days.
No doubt. And I think one of the things that is so important when you're thinking about evaluating a draft class is if you go in with an agenda and you target some guy or some position really early, you miss out on an opportunity when you go to LSU to say, hey, who is that guy? Who's that guy? And if you stay open to a lot of different things and open to where you can find players, the number of players we got out of Dallas Day, you know, that local workout, the guys who went to high school or college within 50 miles.
Which half of the NFL.
it's unbelievable. You know, he's an undersized guy from North Texas. You know, Lance Dunbar, Cole Beasley, all these guys that kind of show up. I'm like, who's that guy? He's pretty good, you know? So having an openness to that and not really caring too much where they come from and just evaluating the player, evaluating the person, I think that's what gives you the best chance. And when you're doing that, that's when you're going to build a good team.
That's like the story you talked about. We were watching Houston this year, and Noah Brown's catching the ball, and he's doing everything. And you were telling us about how you guys ended up getting Noah Brown. You can just tell that story real fast.
Yeah. We had gone to Ohio State. We drafted Zeke Elliott, and you get closer to the program. You learn about different guys. And so I guess it's the next year, and Zeke comes up. He's like, hey, have you watched Noah Brown? I'm like, who's Noah Brown? Guy, wideout. He ends up being a backup receiver at Ohio State behind all these guys who are top 10 picks. He's like, go back and watch the Oklahoma game from last year. And I'm like, who is this guy? He made 4 touchdown catches, making plays over his head, and he was fantastic. He's like, and he's the toughest guy on the team, and he loves ball. We ended up drafting him in the 7th round, and he's still playing. Played great for us. He's playing great for Houston now.
Yeah.
So, having that openness to go find guys and not really being overly concerned with where they come from, I think that's what gives you a chance to build the kind of team you want.
And I think that's so cool because that's what all these guys are looking for. They're looking for just one opportunity, somebody to say, take a chance on me. So I love that.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.